Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of the weapons of hot dogs, horseshoes and hand grenades. Today we're here in the Arizona range looking at a classic. Not this. This. Today we're taking a look at the 1860 lever action, also known as the Henry. So what is this? This is a lever action rifle designed by a Benjamin Tyler Henry in about 1960. Was in production till about 1966. It saw use in the American Civil War. On the Union side, limited use, and extremely limited use on the Confederate side. So the Union, they ordered a few, and the Confederates would capture a few. But they would struggle to get ammunition, so while they had a few, they couldn't really use them. But apparently the bodyguards of the Confederate president, whatever his name was, actually used Henrys. On top of that, Henrys were also used by some Indian tribes, famously during the Battle of yeah, right, the one where that one guy got slaughtered by Indians, or Native Americans rather. I can't remember his name now. I can't remember the name of the battle either. I had it. It was on the tip of my tongue. But anyways, some Native American tribes would use the Henry rifle. And its predecessor was the volcanic. I have a video on that. Trash weapon. But it would lead to this thing, which would later, after 1966, lead to the Winchester series, which started with the 1966 Winchester rifle. And the New Haven Arms Company, I think it's called, would make the Henry, and in 1966 they would rename to the Winchester Arms Company. So, more specifically, we've gone through the history. What is this rifle? It's a lever action, as I've mentioned. It is chambered in .44 rimfire, a very early cartridge, 1960, so 1860, so very early. Lever action rifle, so if we boop, boop, we can fire. Downstroke, ejects the cartridge, cocks the hammer. Upstroke, chambers the round. There's no other safety on this. And when you pull this, let's just fire. Pull this back, this rod here is what cocks the hammer. And makes you ready to shoot. If I'm not wrong, you can also do some stuff to yeah, spin it in game. I don't know exactly how that works. I am a noob. It has a brass receiver. It has if we take a look, don't do this in real life. We can't really see it, but it has an octagonal barrel. It's a bit difficult to see. But it's an octagonal barrel. If you had more money, you could also get a round barrel, but octagonal was cheaper. It has 14 rounds, I believe, in the tube magazine, which meant that in the Civil War, the Union that had this carbine loved it because versus single-shot carbines or rifles, 14 shots or one. Of course, you had to load one by one, but if you needed burst fire, it's like poof, 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 you know. I'll show it better later. So it was very loved. It was a fragile weapon though, brass receiver as well. Brass is not a very strong material. So it was a fragile, and the cartridge was weaker than what the single-shot rifles would have. But anyways, let's go to reload this. So to reload, you pull this up, you rotate this front bit, which, let's grab this, which exposes here. So this is the follower spring, pull it up to the side, and then you start loading them one by one, nose up. Here you can see the cartridges. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and you could put one in the chamber. Let's see. Okay, in the real life, if you did this, all the cartridges would fall out, so it was very important to keep this facing up. When you're done, you just rotate that, and you're ready to go. And then, whoop! Cartridge in the chamber. And another interesting thing, this follower is exposed. So what you would have to do when firing is something called a Henry hop. So if you had your hand here, fire. So we have our hand, let's just say here for ease. If we now cock, you see it move, so we would have to move to in front, then cycle to avoid, you know, getting bitten by the follower. Of course, that's not a problem in VR. And we can just keep on blasting. Of course, that is a problem they solved with the later Winchester rifles. Also, the later Winchester rifles were a lot easier to reload because... Give me that back. Because of the King's loading gate, I think it's called. Let's move it to up here, just for quicker reloading. Still very slow to reload. The real advantage just comes in the amount of shots you have. So, let's do some shooting. And let's also take a look at the sights. Simple, U-notch, and a front post. Come on. Come on. As you can also see, rounds eject up the top. And it is very smoky, so this 1860, it is a black powder gun. Which, of course, very smoky. But hey, it works. Would take like another 30 to 40, 60s. Would take another 30 to 40 years before we had 35-ish years before we had smokeless powder. Let's see if I can shoot over there and hit. I don't even know what that red thing is, to be honest. I'm just shooting at it. Oh, I hit something. If I take my time, don't try to rapid fire. It's not too bad. I say, there we go, as I kept on missing. And we're empty. So anyways, that was a quick lesson on the 1860 lever action rifle, also known as the Henry. I do hope you all enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe and all of that, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!